Welcome to Earth, a love story. I'm your host, Robin Lassiter. Do you guys ever give yourself some time off to dream and have downloads and explore and not have to be productive all the damn time, and then creativity starts coming back? And it's the best. And this morning all of this came through, and I wrote it in my blog, and then I just want to speak it, and I keep reading it over and over, and I keep wanting to speak it over and over. So at some point it dawned on me, I was like, oh, I have a podcast. I could just talk into a microphone for a minute and say what I need to say and move it through my body and get it out. So that's what I'm doing. That's what this is. It's going to be short and sweet and messy. So here we go. I have been listening to DiFranco's song, Hour Follows Hour, on repeat. If you have not heard that song or you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go listen to it. It's great. And then as I was scrolling through Insta this morning, seeing memes about the health insurance CEO and the drones and the UFOs over New Jersey and the mayors demanding answers from higher up a chain that, I assure you, knows nothing. We've leaned the ladders against the wrong walls, my friends. And oh my God, the people wearing hoodies all over New York. Holy shit. This all started tumbling through me like a poem or like something else, not like a well thought out blog post about blah, blah, whatever. I'm kind of sick of that. Doing something new. I'm getting back to letting it all just flow through. Pluto and Aquarius, man, power to the people. But it all got me thinking about the usefulness of the external enemy, how sometimes it's so helpful to look out there and see someone that we can blame, someone we can hold up as the evil one that's causing all the problems, and we can claim victim, and then look over there and find the victimizer. And sometimes that is so fucking true. Not even sometimes. There is a victim, there is a victimizer, and victimization happens and people are victimized, and you guys know me. I never skip around the suffering. I'm a champion of the body and the inner child and the reality of the suffering that exists. So listen closely to what I'm saying and what I'm not. You know, I'm all about evolution through suffering, about getting so good at drinking in the compassion that naturally arises from suffering until we are all overflowing with it. Until there's nothing inside of us that hasn't been touched. And from that place, it spills over. And then we have compassion for others, and we have enough, and we start looking for ways we can help. And until then, the job is to keep drinking the compassion, gently receiving it into all of our dark corners until it heals us and we truly understand there is no shame. There is no need for shame. Shame exists. So anyway, there's this external enemy, the one out there who's causing all the problems, and it can be so helpful because it lights us on fire. This external enemy, the thing to fight against, the Empire. I am a complete Star Wars nerd, but only for Andor. The injustice, the boot on the neck that totally exists, and don't get me wrong, we do need to fight. After all, how would we get liberated without the thing to fight against, right? Fuck the systems, never the people. Evolution through suffering is getting sick of it. Trying every door, falling down on every floor, and finally deciding to meet the tender innocence inside who's so fucking tired. And then we make a change and we do everything for her. Everything to make sure she's healed and whole and safe. We even learn to time travel. Actually, though, for real, and go back and rescue her from the pain and suffering and causes and conditions and circumstances that shaped her into the one who's having to hold it all down until we come along and she can finally rest. We never stop working with evolution through suffering. We sit on a throne of suffering. And we get so good at applying the compassion that she feels safe and she becomes the healthy maiden, the fool in the tarot. She wants to go and fuck around and find out is her motto. And suffering exists. You guys ever notice that doom is a mind virus and the ideal that we can kill the world is a mind virus? And at the same time, we are helpless to stop killing the world and it's a mind virus? And we're addicted to victimhood and the struggle and helplessness and pointing the finger out there. And maybe, just maybe, we secretly want the world to end. We secretly love those Armageddon dreams because we want this all to fucking stop. But we love the fight, the play, the dance. We want something to struggle against, and that makes sense. And this is just my worldview. You can take it or leave it or find your own, please. But I know that somewhere back there in the past or out there in the future or right here and now, it's all happening at once, right? Right here and now. I have been the oppressor. I have been victim and oppressor. I have seen both sides of that coin. And actually, as I was writing that, I was thinking about me being the villain in past lives. It's like, yeah, I've done that. I've been the villain. And that's true, but who am I fucking kidding? I've been the oppressor in this life many times. I have been the villain. I have been the nightmare. I've been the victim to the receiver of the nightmare. I've been both. And from being the victim, I've learned compassion. And from being the villain, I've learned humility. Like, fuck, oh my God, it's me. I did not know I was capable of that. I thought it was someone else, but it's me. We all suffer under the systems that don't serve. Maybe we're all good people who've done some bad things. We can only hold so much is what I figure. We keep the eye on the big picture, but the picture keeps getting bigger. That last little bit is Ani D, by the way, not me. There is an end to victimhood. We are watching the collective shadow rise, and I can say plainly something needs to break. I didn't want either candidate in office, to be honest. I mean, I did my duty. I cast my vote, but it was pretty half-heartedly because fucking Gaza, Ukraine, homelessness, $6,700 deductible and a $13,000 max out of pocket and a $490 per month premium payment. The animals, the trees, the insects. Come on. So yes, fuck the empire, fuck the system, but be careful. If we don't check our own ethics, we become what we fight. We switch back and forth between victim and villain, and we become one and then the other, and the dance goes on. Samsara is being stuck in the cycle of suffering. There is no blame. Learn to turn the wheel. I dare us to skip to the end where we say thank you to the villain without and within. We say thank you to the external enemy. Could Neo awaken without the Matrix, without Agent Smith? Could Evie wake up without V? Could the AO be the AO without Hap? Remember in the Hunger Games when coin becomes snow? Careful. We are woven together. And if we don't see ourselves in the other, we become them. So look for secret third options instead. Engage deeply with the mystery and your own interior landscape. And spoiler, you'll find a shattering grief at the center of reality that ultimately leads to unconditional love for all beings. Don't take my word for it, though. Fuck around and find out for yourself. No one is free until everyone is free. You really want a revolution? You really want to be a revolutionary? Keep looking until you have an experience that shows you unequivocally that death isn't the end. What's there to be afraid of then? Thank you so much to Morgan Jenks for our musical soundscapes. And thank you to all of you. If you would like to engage with my work, please visit robinlassiter.com.